This is Nostra Vinny doing his weekend Friday New York Post comedy act. And we need him alive. Mayor Adams is going on the side of the Angels and going after the illegal Eagles and the criminal of the particularly very violent persuasion, going against the Marxist City Council and helping the glorious Angels of Ice. But the commies don't like this. Now, one of the reasons why Adams is doing this is because he's been taken off the hook in terms of being prosecuted for various corruptionary scandals, and that he may be or may not be behind. Probably he is guilty as hell, but the thing is, he's no more guilty than the average Democrat or Democrat. And so we're going to give him a pass as long as he helps get round up the riffraff of the illegals in the city. Now, as I say, he's cooperating with ICE, and they don't like that in City Hall. In fact, the governor of the state, Miss Frozeface, might disenfranchise him from the mayorship. Fire him, if you will, as Mr. Donald talks about. Now, my personal opinion is the most important aspect of this country right now is to eliminate the criminal problem, the invasion from the far lands that is going on now, and the growing criminal threat to the very fabric of American society. Ah, now that's all I care about. Right now, Adams is in a little bit of trouble, a little bit of trouble, but not that big of trouble. He might have to take on Curtis, the man I would vote for against Adams. He might go for the Republican nomination and drop off the Democratic Party. But my man to become the first Republican mayor in a while would be, of course, Curtis Sliwa. And hopefully that would release the street fighting Sliwa army of the Green and the Red Berets, or whatever the hell they were called. The Guardian Angels. They who took us through the rough parts of the 80s and 90s. Nazism eye to eye. Yay, 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 yay is a Nazi. He admires the Hitler, and he doesn't like the Jews. And that kind of gives me the feeling now he's a multi-billionaire, and sometimes we give him a pass. Why? Because he is a bipolar, and also we give passes to crazy black people who talk Nazi talk a lot of times or bigoted talk because they've been oppressed in the past. So we give them, they got, let them, mouth off a little bit. But this has been going on for 40 or 50 years. Enough with the mouthing off. You know what I mean? I mean, you can mouth off. I'm not against anybody mouthing off. I kind of mouth off myself. But there's a difference. The difference is, at no point did I ever say to anybody, the little guy with the Charlie Chaplin mustache in the 1930s, he had a point. I never do that. You never hear me doing that. Nah, not as a what you call it, a human being. Maybe as an actor, maybe if I got a role as a Nazi, I could do the thing, but it would take a lot of stretch. I would have to substitute a lot of things. 22 16 billion on the main grants. Now this is what you call the migrants or illegals. That I'm even given saying migrant. They're not migrants. They're not cherry pickers, or they're not going in to get our lettuce. They're here to illegally break into the system and burden the country with people that we don't need. And then you have your criminals who are outright taking over vast segments of the underworld that are here. Now you gotta think about our own homegrown criminals. How about that being supported? Here you go. You got your Venezuelan criminals who have machine guns and trained paramilitarily. That's no good. We got to take care of this problem. And right now, it's being taken care of by the glorious power that is and will always be the Trumpers and Mr. Ice. And I forget his name, the tough, bull-necked bastard who is in charge of Ice. And the dragon lady, I forget her name, she killed a puppy. You get a woman like the dragon lady after you, I respect her, I fear her, but and I think these foreigners from other land would fear her too. Look at somebody who would kill a puppy, and then you say, what are they going to do to me? AOC webvid on tactics. Now, AOC should be arrested because she's given these illegals, these criminals, pointers on how to avoid ICE. That is in hindering the law enforcement forces of America. Well, AOC was going to one day end up in jail. Karen referred the Gunyan, the Algolian, Ganya, whatever the hell she is, who does her brother. Yeah, they're gonna do that one day. No, now this whole thing that's happening with the border. It's very good because it's the lowest crossings in the history of the border between going after the cartels and also seeing that they're not going to be able to stay here. As soon as they get here, they'll be thrown out. And that's the way it should be. God bless you, Donald Trump. Ah, talking about Donald Trump and his effects on the world, Kennedy Center commie hits the Kennedy Center because the president of the Kennedy Center will now be Mr. Donald Trump, who's got his own people in there to throw out the red menace there, who basically are radical feminist concepts and the mafia gay agenda. That's what they're promoting. That's what they want to do. And the Pinkos they had almost the keys to the kingdom, but now the kingdom they do not have. Uh, going downtown. Now the thing is, the feebleness of this, they put on the turnstiles little spikes that people would stick themselves in, and they pay their fare. Didn't quite work out. People just go under. The more athletic criminals who want to skip out on the what should we call it? The tolls, they can always do that because they just go under. They're athletic. They're criminals to work out. Jersey going downtown. Great Jersey woman crushed by hippo. Out of ignorance, a woman goes out and does the Serengeti, and she's taken it by a guide, her and her husband. Okay. But what they don't realize that it's not Fantasia. You know what I'm saying? You got the hippos are vicious animals. They kill people. It jumped out of the water, ran after her, ran her down, and then chopped her and crushed her with its bare jaws. Now, I know scientific things, and the hippo kills more people than lions and tigers and bears. It's true. They're bad-tempered creatures. And they're cute looking, but don't trust them for a moment. They're like certain women I know. Ah, ah, a schizophrenic lady disappeared from Florida. She was pregnant at the time. Beautiful woman. Usually schizophrenics are not gorgeous, but this woman, good looking broad. And she had the baby that she was pregnant with in the subway system. Crazy lady has baby in crazy system. And the baby looked beautiful. The family saw her on television and say, hey, that's my crazy daughter. And it's happily ever after. Well, hopefully it is. And she had a fight with her boyfriend, and that's why she left for Florida. And I bet she had another boyfriend here. How is she living? What's he? Hey, what's what's going on here? Going tit for tat on terrorists. Now, what people are worried that there'll be a trade war, that they'll tariff us and we'll tariff them. They're tariffing us already. We're the fools who don't tariff back. It's like being slapped around in school every day. You don't do it. You start fighting back. And what? But their friends are allies. Yeah, your friends and allies rob you if we're blind. Mr. Bio, he's no longer with the little short lesbian girl, his wife for many years. He's left her and he's with some young chickie. Well, relatively. She's 41 and he's 63. She's not that young a chickie. And woman years, you know. If she was in her 20s, I'd say, hey, good old de Blasio. I congratulate him. The one thing I would congratulate him on is dating women of appropriate, inappropriate age. I hope to follow in his footsteps one day, quite honestly. Yeah. Afghan might plus migrant into crowd. In Munich, they're letting all these Arab radicals from the Arab Muslim world who I'm not saying every Muslim's a radical, but they tend to be more within the general population. And then you let them immigrate to your country. Well, it's a suicide mission. It's a suicide pact. You know, it's a warrior religion at best, and at worst, craziest. Uh, hey, it tells you the culture's changing. This woman ranted and raved to a man about the trumpet, and then got in an argument with one of the students who disagreed with his radical diatribe. Well, the thing was, he called the kid a punk, and he gets in an argument, and he loses his job, as well as many of these Marxists do. It shouldn't be protected by the system. System is protecting these too many people. Okay, here we go. All right. That's did I do it enough? I did it. Oh, I look good. Kind of. Oh God. All right. We're gonna go offline now and record this thing. The loveliness of Paris is somehow sadly gay.